Can't tell if it's sheared off. The exhaust is hanging on the ground. That ain't good.
That right, the bolt came out as soon as
the link is actually broken. Yeah, that link is totally, it's sheared off. Yeah, it's got a heme joint right there, and the heme joint is just sheared off right at the shoulder. So it's totally broken off. Well, that sucks. She is definitely sidelined. That's a no fixie right here, not unless you got another replacement lowering link. Okay, well, happy Thursday morning to you all. Today is, what is it? September 30th, yeah. Tomorrow's October 1st. I am headed up to Annapolis, Maryland to meet up with Life of Burch for his first subscriber meetup and taking a road trip on the Rebel. It has been upgraded for road duty. I showed you the saddlebags before. I have the passenger seat and pegs on here now, so I just tossed my dry spec D38 on the back of it. I've got a bunch of giveaway stuff in here, things that I've tried on the Rebel and ended up not using, so I'll take them up there to the meetup and give them away to other Rebel owners. I've got my clothing and personal effects and rain gear and stuff on this side. I've got my water bottle strapped there. I have my fuel canister bottle strapped there without the fuel canister. I need to go pick that up from my warehouse on the way out of town. And my entire camp is right there. I'm going to be moto camping on this trip. And Google keeps talking in my ear. Sorry if you can hear that. Other additions and upgrades to the bike before I take off here. I put the Kijima bars on here. I haven't ridden with them yet. I think they're okay. I've found a couple of little annoyances that I'll talk about on the road. But I put the new Daytona windscreen on here, the Blast Barrier, and it's just tall enough and wide enough that I had enough room to put my rider scan. So anyway, I gotta go over and get gas and get this show on the road. It's about 6:30 right now, and I need to make as many miles as I can today. I might do a Saddle Sore 1000 today, about 1,000 miles, get all the way up past Knoxville, Tennessee. We'll see how things go. I am not taking the southern route. I'm taking the northern route up through Texarkana and into Arkansas, because Louisiana and all of my other route that I was looking at along that south side before I turn north is rainy, rainy, rainy today. So I'm not going to mess with that. And then, of course, I've got the GoPro 360 up here, but I'm not going to be recording with it for a little bit. So let's get this rolling. The angle of the handle grips on these new bars is a little odd. It's kind of like they're turned in a little bit narrower than the original bars, which is strange. Okay, well, if you're going, I'm going. I'm not 100% in love with the hand position. It seems like they're up too high. Now, if I set them at the recommended angle, you know, you got a little dot right here on the bars that tells you where center is based on your clamps. They were too low and contacting the tank, and I was real careful, you know, testing it, kind of leaning it back and forth to see, or, you know, turning it back and forth to see if it was going to contact, and it was right on the tank. So I had to lift it up maybe 2 or 3 degrees just to give clearance lock to where the undersides of the gauge pods here on the handlebars didn't contact the tank. So that has made the bend a little bit strange. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but they're kind of upswept instead of flat. So I don't know. As far as the reach back, they're much better. I'm not hunched forward to reach the bars now. Again, I'm a short guy, 5'6.5", 5'7", 5'7" with my boots. So I've got a short reach, and with the Rebel, I was always leaning forward, and it was not ideal. Blasting around town, it was okay, but anything longer than about an hour in the saddle, and I was starting to get lower back pain, you know, just from constantly hunching forward, because you're not in a sport bike position where you can kind of dial in your lean against the wind load. You're down a little further, and you're always splayed back, getting pulled by the wind, so it's just different. Anywho, I'm going to see how these bars work out across this trip. I've got 1,500 miles to make it up there to Maryland, and I'm going to be meeting up with another. Yeah, that tipping in feels different. I'm going to be meeting in with another Rebel owner in the Tennessee area. He's coming out of Chattanooga, and I'll be a little bit past him, but he's going to leave really, really early in the morning tomorrow and meet up with me wherever I decided to moto camp for the night. So, yeah, the bar position is going to take me a minute to get used to. It's different. It's just the angle of the bars, I think, that's kind of throwing me. Okay, well, I'm going to fuel this up and save this battery, so I will catch you all on the road. Check out the sunrise. So far, this Daytona Blast Barrier seems to be doing a much better job breaking up wind across my chest. Obviously, it's a little bit taller, a little bit wider. My helmet is kind of in a turbulence zone, so it's not ideal. It's better than the previous screen that I had on here, so it's a worthwhile trade-off. But I think I might get one of those laminar lips to put on the top of it, like a MRA X screen or something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But for this trip, this one's going to have to do. And so far, cruising along at a steady 70 miles an hour. It looks like the Rebel's getting 46 miles to the gallon. So when I drop the speed about 5 miles an hour, or when I don't have the bags on the back, I've noticed that it gets 52 at about the same speed, which is pretty good. 1100cc bike getting over 50 miles to the gallon is not too shabby. Anyway, 14 more hours of this. Wow, check out this fog just out of nowhere. I came up over that hill behind me and boom, there's fog. Really thick too. So far my cruise control's been working okay. Not resting my foot on the brake or anything like that, I never do. So hopefully it doesn't disengage itself and force me to stop the bike somewhere or reset it. Because I don't have a throttle lock on this one. So I can clamp that thing all day long with my hand. No thanks. Man, this is thick fog. Yeah, my southern route that I was planning on taking through Louisiana and then heading north just before Alabama. I checked the forecast last night, and all through that route, all the way through Louisiana and everywhere, that it was like a 90% chance of thunderstorms. So I said, skip. Taking this northern route instead. It's a little less direct. I think it adds 100 miles to my trip overall, or 80 miles, something like that. But I'll be going up through Arkansas and then into Tennessee, and I'll be passing by Chattanooga and all that. So it puts me back on the same track that I had intended originally. I just skipped the rain, which is good. And man, it is really wet out here. Oh, this morning fog just keeps on giving. I'm another hour down the road, half a tank of gas down. This fog has not let up at all. I guess it's a good thing I'm headed north to get out of whatever's going on more south and east. So this is what's in store for everybody else, plus rain. That's not good road trip weather. Look how thick this is, man. This is like maybe 8th mile visibility. Maybe. Ready? It's already 8 something in the morning, so Figured it would have burned off. There's the sun way up there hiding behind all this stuff. Okay, well, I'm back on the road after fuel stop for me and the bike. Whataburger, biscuit, sausage, egg, and cheese, and a side of gravy, and hash browns, and a couple of big old coffees, and filled up my thermos over here with more coffee. So I think I'm set until late this afternoon. Get on down the road. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do my iron butt today. Probably should be able to, as long as I stay on the road, keep running for about 12 plus more hours. I should be okay. I think I can get 1,000 miles down. I always record my mileage and fuel slips and all that stuff anyway, so we'll see how it turns out at the end of the day, if I've made 1,000 miles or not. It'll be the first time I've taken a long road trip on this one, so I don't know what to expect from it, behavior-wise and fatigue-wise. I did ride it back and forth up to Georgetown to do a bikes and pizza event up there 3 weeks ago, I guess. So that was 400 and something miles round trip, but not quite what this one's going to be. This will be somewhere north of 3,000 miles round trip. I need to get my oil changed on it on the way back because I'm due at 4,000. A little sticker over here, and I'm at 2,000 and change right now, just over 2,000. So I don't have very many miles on the bike yet, but I will definitely be past my 4,000 change before this trip is concluded. So, and that'll be over a weekend too, so it's kind of not ideal. If I can find a dealer that's open on Monday, I might have the oil changed on Monday before I make my trip all the way back. We'll see. Anyway, this is another couple hour stretch on the highway before I stop and feed it again. I got 125 to the last tank, but I wasn't anywhere near empty. I still had about 50 miles of range in it, so it looks like it's going to be getting somewhere in the 160 to 175 mile distance range before the tank runs dry, so we'll see how that goes. That's cool. We're somewhere in Louisiana, I don't know where. There's a lot of storm clouds off to the south. Glad I didn't come up that route. Okay, somewhere in Louisiana, don't know where. Headed toward Vicksburg or something like that. It's raining good. I had to stop and put on the rain gear a few minutes ago. Bright yellow pants on. My legs are already wet, so they're sticking to me. I was trying to take a more northerly route and stay away from this, but it appears that Google Maps is playing games with me again. And my charging cable gave up. I don't know if it's the cable or the fuse, the port into the seat, but it's dead. I can plug my battery pack into the back of this inductive charger and it still works. Or I can directly charge my phone and it works, but something else wrong with it. To replace my cable, I guess. Hopefully I can get it all out of there without having to dismantle the bike like I did to thread it the first time. And I'm at exit 1A, so that means I should be close to a state line. I'm coming up on Tennessee. Where am I? Natchez, Mississippi. Where am I? Oh, I see a state sign. I'm stopping for a picture. Mississippi. It couldn't be in Tennessee yet. And my cruise control gave up, by the way. When I stopped a few minutes ago to put on my rain gear, the cruise control disabled itself. So, got to turn the bike off here anyway. Somebody's Tupperware. All right. Let's get a state sign picture and get back on the road. I'm trying to get all my state sign pictures this time. The cannonball was so fast and furious I didn't have a chance to get hardly any, unless they were caught on video as I flew by them. Okay. Oh yeah, camera's wet. Hopefully. Aw, now that sucks. Wait, let me see if I can do it. Aw, man, that sucks. You can't leave the emergency flashes on if the ignition is off. It sucks. Alright, so now, looks like I'm going to be wet for a while going in and out of these storms, so I'm not even going to bother taking the gear off. Turning off my camera. I had to get a new phone because my previous camera lens was cracked in the back. No, I don't want to be notified until exposure notifications. You want to be turned on. Yes, continue. I don't want COVID-19 notifications, damn you. I think we've all been notified quite enough. Alright, well, nothing to see here. Get back out in the fray and all the overspray from the big trucks, and hopefully I'll get into some sunnier skies in a few minutes. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it looks like your link dropped out. Oh, that sucks.
It's lowered so low.
Yeah.
I can't get off of it.
Can it? Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the bolt on your link came out, because I see the link hanging free on the ground. You want to get off, and I'll hold it up for you. You can look at it. You got it? The bolt on the linkage for the rear suspension came out, so it just dropped. Oh. She's missing the linkage bolt down here. I don't want to get run over. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like, can't tell if it's sheared off. The exhaust is hanging on the ground. That ain't good.
That right, the bolt came out as soon as
the link is actually broken. Yeah, that link is totally, it's sheared off. I'll hold it up. You can take a look.
is it my chain?
No, the link for the suspension.
Yeah, it's got a heem joint right there, and the heem joint is just sheared off right at the shoulder. So it's totally broken off. That sucks. Without another link, can't do anything with it. Gonna have to tow it out. Yeah, shouldn't go anywhere because the exhaust is actually hanging onto the ground. Hopefully it didn't grind it up too much. Yeah. You want me to hold it? You got it? Okay.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Never leave any biker behind, you know? Trying to see if there's any way that she could support this thing. You sure? Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out if there's any way that you could support it on the side with something, but not without banging up your plastics. So you got it? You going to tow it out?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Y'all have a good day. Oh, that sucks. She is definitely sidelined. She's got a lowering link in that thing, and the lowering link sheared off right at the heem joint shoulder. So the part that joins over to the bolt that adjusts the link just clink, sheared right off. That's a no fixie right here. Not unless you got another replacement lowering link. Oh, God, this gear is hot. I think I'm going to take some of it off, even though it looks like I'm going to get rained on up there. Okay. Yeah, it's hot. Woo-hoo, it's hot. Fast traffic through here, boy. I'm just going to take off the over stuff and roll it back up. I'm probably going to be dragging it right back up. But I cannot tolerate the pressure cooker right now. I think I'm wetter inside the suit from sweat than I am from rain. Keep the good gloves out for now. I really like this Macna jacket that I got. I got it on a clearance, a closeout from a long time ago. They didn't have any other stuff that went with it. This is just an outer shell for one of the Macna riding jackets. I got it. It's like 60 bucks. I've gotten more use out of this rain jacket than any other piece of gear I have, I think. Ugh, hot.
You ran through that rainstorm too.
Yeah. Man. Oh, so he's on a bike he's way up there. I don't know if they were riding together or what. Now I see his bike. He's parked on the side of the road way the hell up there. I thought maybe he came off one of these side roads or something. Okay. Back on the road. Time's a wasting. I don't think I'm going to be able to do my iron butt today. I'm not covering enough ground. Okay. Go on the ventilated side so my hands can breathe a little better. People aren't even bothering to scoot over. Okay then. Back on the road. If I can find my zipper. Oh, there it goes. All good. Pockets up. Pockets, pockets, pockets. Yep. Good to go. Alright, find a hole in traffic and get out there. He stopped way the heck half a mile down the road or more. He's got a gold wing. He's riding in style. Alright. More of this. It's a really pretty sunset behind me. I'm somewhere in Alabama. I have no idea where. You can kind of see it in the funhouse mirror here behind me. I don't know if it'll come out on camera. I'm waiting to get through a break in these trees, but there's a cloud right up here. It's a rainbow. It's a vertical sliver of a rainbow. I forget what that's called in meteorological terms, but it's pretty cool. It's right here behind this line of trees. Waiting to see if there's another break. Hopefully we can catch it. It's really cool looking. It's just a vertical sliver of a rainbow. Somebody went, pasted it up there. Here we go. Here's a break in the trees. Let's see if it's still there. Yep, there it is. See it? It's so cool. It was really bright just a second ago. It's kind of fading out now. Might get one more shot out of here around this bend. Here it is. It was really bright about 2 or 3 minutes ago. Looks cool.
Anyway, heading out into the nighttime hours here. I've got somebody going slow in front of me. I'm going to ride for another probably 3 hours, something like that. I want to get to my 1,000-mile mark if I can. If not, then I'll just find a place to toss up my hammock and sleep for the night. I don't really like riding at night. I've discussed that before. My night vision isn't the greatest anymore. I'm getting older, and after LASIK surgery, the doctors told me that my nighttime vision wouldn't be so great. They were correct. So, not to mention there's lots of wildlife out. The two-legged kind and the four-legged kind. I like to stay away from them. Anyway, parting shot of the clouds. Getting a better shot. I'm going to turn my helmet over there and try not to kill myself. Ah, I missed it. Get away for another break in the trees. The sunset off to my left over here is just gorgeous. Let's see if I can turn my helmet sideways. Ah, still trees. It was perfect. Right as I turned off the camera, I looked left and it was awesome. And now there are trees. Okay, I'm looking out of the corner of my eye and trying to get my helmet. If I had my 360 camera still up here, I could just pan it around in post and look at it. Oh. Okay, well, I'm still rolling. It's, my phone says 8:15, but I'm thinking it's 9:15. I don't think it updated time zone, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm still somewhere in Alabama, and trucking along. Says I've got 123 miles toward my next turn to get over to 24 East. So, just trying to record a little bit and show you this headlight in a darker area. The headlight on this bike is very, very good. I've only ridden with it at night a handful of times, and usually it was morning commute on my way somewhere. By the time I got there, it was already light. So this is the opposite. I'm going into the dark, and this headlight works quite well. I'll blind the people in front of me here for a second, but check out this high beam reach. That's good long reach there. That's good stuff. I still want to put some driving lights on the corners down here, though. Get an engine guard and put some driving pods down there. That way it fills in these dark spots that are up close. So, anyway, just brainstorming.
Okay, so we are resuming from northern Tennessee, just about to head into Virginia. I met up with Ben this morning, and he rode in from the Chattanooga, Tennessee area up here to meet me, and I forget what little town I'm in, but somewhere in northern Tennessee. I stopped here last night for gas, and I don't know, it was 2:30 in the morning. I was like, I'm too tired to continue, and I went past my 1,000-mile mark for the Saddle Sore 1000 on this. It was like 1,053, 1,063 miles, something like that. So that was good enough. So I cheated and camped over here behind this place. I'll show you those pictures in a second. But I saw 2 or 3 other RVs and stuff parked up along that tree line over there. Saw other people were sleeping here in the parking lot, so I went back there and pitched my hammock between a couple of trees and grabbed about 4 hours of shut-eye, 3 hours, something like that. Okay, so now we're underway. And we've got about 430 miles, I think, is what the GPS is saying, somewhere along those lines. And we'll just hunker in and try to stay warm. It's funny, we were exchanging notes about, riding in cold weather last night on my way in. I was shivering pretty good.
and he said that he noticed the same thing that I did. If you tuck your legs real close and you hunch down, somehow a lot of the airflow that normally goes by the bike gets sucked up towards you. So the insides of your legs and the fronts of your shins get real warm, and right through like your groin area, all that starts getting warm air from the airflow that's normally spill by. So we were both saying, we were putting our hand down here by the key area, you know, and sticking our hand inside the frame to warm ourselves up. It's funny. And I don't know what the speed limit is. It's 65, so 65. So he was telling me, Ben was telling me that this is his first long road trip on a bike ever, Rebel or otherwise. So kudos to him, man. I think he's got a 700 something mile trip for him from Chattanooga. He got out early this morning about 5 something, and then met me here where I was camped out around 8 or something. I don't know what time it is now. It's 9:50. So we sat around in the McDonald's and warmed ourselves up a little bit. I drank a bunch of coffee. He just had hot water, I guess. I'm not sure. Gorgeous here. Fuel station? Okay. Ew.
Don't get that. E15. Ugh.
74 miles to go.
How many?
4.
Cool.
Must be a lot of traffic though, because it says almost 2 hours.
Yeah. You want to eat? Or wait till we get there?
Maybe a little something so my butt can rest.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. Yeah, they got stuff inside, so I say we just pull them up over there in the shade and we'll go in and eat.
So Virginia traffic sucks, by the way. It's not even rush hour yet. We just spent 25 minutes in literally crawl and go traffic. But now we are going over the 495 drawbridge, so that's kind of cool. Glad it's not up. That'll make our life even longer.